Welcome back to The Explainer. So, today we're completely shifting how you view money. We're going to move away from seeing it as just something you trade for stuff and start treating it like what it really is, a powerful tool to build your future. You see, it's not really about how much you make, it's about how you think. Let's get right into it.
Okay, I want you to imagine a scenario for a second. You're walking through a shopping mall with two friends. You're just hanging out, right? And all three of you stop dead in your tracks in front of a glass case displaying this gorgeous luxury watch. It has a huge, bold price tag right next to it, $5,000. Now, one of your friends immediately focuses on that tag, saying, "Wow, that watch cost $5,000. Your other friend looks at it and goes, I wonder if it ever goes on sale." Most people look at that watch and they either see a shiny status symbol or just a massive, intimidating price tag.
Okay, let's dive into this because a wealth builder, they look at that exact same object in the mall, but they ask a radically different, totally future-focused question. They look at that watch and think, wait, if I invest $5,000 instead, what could it become over the next 20 years? They literally see $20,000 or even $50,000 of future money just gone. You see, everyone is looking at the exact same object, but the questions they ask, they lead to entirely different financial universes. Moving on to our first habit, wealth versus looking wealthy. This is the classic trap of chasing an image. And this brilliantly illustrates one of the biggest misconceptions out there. People often think financially successful people spend all their energy trying to impress strangers. But honestly, no. You might see someone driving down the street in a brand new $80,000 SUV looking incredibly rich, right? But secretly, they're drowning in heavy debt just to keep up appearances. Meanwhile, the person driving a super modest 10-year-old car right next to them, they might be quietly sitting on $1 million in investments and businesses. The first person appears wealthy, the second person is actually building wealth. So the foundational takeaway here is simple, but man, is it profound. Looking wealthy and actually being wealthy are rarely the same thing. Wealth builders focus intensely on their net worth, not their image. They just don't waste their energy trying to keep up with the Joneses. It's a losing game anyway. Next up, habit number 2. We're calling this the farmer's mindset. For this to work, we need a massive shift in how we view time. I want you to think of money through the lens of a patient farmer. Because, a farmer doesn't just toss a seed in the dirt in the morning and expect to eat the crop by dinner time, right? That's ridiculous. There is a distinct season for planting, then a season for watering, and crucially, this is the hard part, a long season of waiting, long before you ever get to that ultimate season of harvesting. Building wealth works exactly the same way. Wealth builders are absolutely willing to wait for long-term growth. They know they might have to spend time learning, building, or investing their money today so it can grow for years. They embrace that season of waiting because they fully understand the incredible power of a future harvest. All right, moving to habit number 3, knowledge is an asset. Continuous learning is absolutely a premier asset. It's a trait shared by almost all successful entrepreneurs and investors. But listen, this doesn't mean you have to go out and earn another incredibly expensive college degree. No way. It happens every single day through small, actionable habits. We're talking reading books, listening to educational podcasts, taking online courses, or, hey, watching explainers, exactly like this one. It also means putting your ego aside, asking questions, and learning directly from mentors. Wealth builders continuously invest in their own minds. They're acquiring an asset that is literally immune to market crashes. It's an asset nobody can ever take away from them. I absolutely love this legendary quote from the famous investor Warren Buffett. He says, "The more you learn, the more you earn." And honestly, he hit the nail on the head. While there are always exceptions, the reality is that studying your mistakes and constantly upgrading your skills directly expands your financial opportunities over time. It's a straight line to success. This brings us to habit number 4, the hidden value of relationships. Now, we so often think that financial success is just about raw intelligence, right? Like you have to be the absolute smartest person in the room. But actually, it's heavily reliant on who actually trusts you. Think about it. Who gets the first call for a great job opening? Or who gets referred to a lucrative brand new client? It's almost always someone who has built a solid reputation over time. Wealthy people treat trust as a tangible, highly valuable asset. They built it by just being reliable, keeping their promises, helping others out, communicating well, and treating people with genuine respect. Strong relationships and trust, they open doors that money simply cannot buy. Let's look at habit number 5 now, debt and opportunity cost. Okay, so debt isn't inherently evil, and it isn't inherently good, but it definitely makes a lot of people really anxious. Handling it right requires asking a critical, make-or-break question before you ever borrow a single dollar. Will this debt create future value or simply create future payments? You see, borrowing money for an education that directly increases your earning potential, or borrowing to expand a profitable business, that's vastly different from financing a depreciating, expensive luxury item that loses value the absolute second you buy it. So the crucial point here introduces what economists call opportunity cost. This is basically the hidden price tag attached to every single financial decision you make. It means that every time you spend $1, you aren't just losing that dollar in your bank account, you are also giving up whatever else that money could have done instead. Let's ground this with a real-world example so it clicks. Say you spend $2,000 on the absolute newest, coolest gaming setup. You aren't just spending $2,000. You are giving up the ability to pay for a career certification course or buy equipment for a new side hustle or fund an investment account. Now, I'm not saying buying the gaming setup is strictly wrong. You gotta live your life. But you absolutely must recognize the alternative destinations for that money. Financially successful people always weigh these alternatives before making big decisions. All right, we are on to habit number 6, building your money machine. Look, most people spend their entire lives trading all their hours for money, but wealth builders, they make a deliberate shift from active to passive income. They essentially put practical systems in place to make their money work alongside them. This means doing things like investing consistently, owning businesses, creating digital products, building dividend-producing investments, or maybe purchasing income-producing real estate. Because they know there are only 24 hours in a day. Eventually, you don't want to trade every precious hour of your life just to get a paycheck. You want your assets to step in and create that income for you while you're literally sleeping. Now, what's really interesting about this next section is that we get to do a little myth busting. Let's debunk some wealth myths. There are some major misconceptions out there about the wealthy, and honestly, they can really hold you back if you believe them. The first myth is that rich people never spend money and are just miserable penny pinchers. The reality? They absolutely enjoy life, but they build their assets first and then let those assets pay for their lifestyle. Myth number 2, they were just born knowing how money works. The reality is that many learn through hard experience, self-education, plenty of mistakes, and sheer persistence. It's a totally acquired habit. And the third myth, that you need a huge income to even begin. Actually, the reality is that wealth building begins by budgeting, learning, and investing consistently right now, regardless of whether or not you have a massive starting salary. So let's put your brand new wealth builder's mindset to the test for a second. Imagine you receive an unexpected $10,000 tomorrow. Just boom, it's in your account. How would you handle it? Would you spend the whole thing? Save it all in a checking account or invest all of it? Now, there really isn't one perfect mathematical answer to that question, because the goal of all this isn't to just miserably avoid enjoying life today. No, the goal is to make intentional choices. It's all about finding that delicate, powerful balance between enjoying your life right now, today, and securing those incredible opportunities for your tomorrow. I want to leave you with one final, powerful, honestly, life-altering habit that really sums up everything we've talked about today. Every single time financially successful people receive money, they pause and they ask themselves this one question: how can this money improve my future before it improves my lifestyle? Let me tell you, asking that one question has changed the lives of countless people, and it can absolutely change yours too. Next time on The Explainer, we are going to put all of this together by covering the wealth pyramid. We'll explore exactly how to build your financial foundation layer by layer. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss it, and I'll catch you then.